Hello and welcome to Rainbow Magician Tarot. My name is Mary. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's theme is going to be a little bit more lighthearted, I guess, compared to last week with the shadow work video that we did. Thank you, by the way, to anyone and everyone who watched that video, and there's a few of you who left some really awesome comments, and I really appreciate it. It's been kind of hard for me to receive any kind of positive feedback, just within myself. It's hard for me to see it and accept it because I have a lot of I guess negative beliefs and conditioning that's hard to accept the good things sometimes. But I really appreciate all of you who watched that video, because I was very I really poured my soul into that. But this one is going to be just a little bit of more of a light theme, which is the theme of soul family. So what I mean by that, basically you can make it mean whatever you want to mean. I am talking about it in terms of the people that you came here to belong with, the people who kind of resonate on your same frequency, if you want to use that terminology, but just the people that you vibe with, the people that really make you feel like you're at home. And so this doesn't have to be the same as your birth family. For sure that there can be some people from your birth family that are, that do feel like your soul family to you. But it can really be anyone you can meet at any time during your life. And this can include romantic partners, but it can also include platonic relationships, friendships, just the people in your life that, make you feel like you are supported and make you feel like you belong. So the theme of this video is going to be kind of focused on kind of where are you now in your life? What is the, I'm going to be using the animal spirit deck. And so I'm going to be using some of these animal energies to decipher what your soul family looks like. So what the energy that you most, vibe with, and then the energies of people who are currently in your life that are either kind of not really that supportive, or not really that not really on that soul family kind of vibe, they're just might be holding you back in some ways, or there might be some conflicts that you get into with them. And for sure, I'm not saying that you need to cut anyone off. I don't believe in that philosophy of cutting people off unless it's absolutely necessary. So that's not what I'm going to be telling you in this video at all. But kind of just analyzing some of those relationships that maybe aren't fulfilling you as much, and then maybe some of the relationships in your life that do have the potential to really fulfill you and fill that kind of family role. And then there will be a section of cards for people in your soul family that you have yet to line up with and have yet to meet. And we'll draw some tarot to see what you can do to kind of line up with that, and so that you can actually, find your place, find your people, and figure out, where you belong in this world. So I hope that you like this video. Again, thank you if you listen to this, and I hope that you find something positive out of this reading. Okay, so here are your cards. So I know that there's only 2 selections this time, which I know is kind kind of unheard of for picker cards because usually there's at least 3, but we're doing 2 today. Okay. So you have pile 1, which is a tree agate, and pile 2, which is this little fossil. Okay. So please pick with your intuition, whichever pile is pulling most at your gut or at your heart. If you need to meditate for a moment to kind of clear yourself and, be able to pick which one is right for you, then you can do that. If you'd like to watch both of them, you can also do that as well. Totally up to you. But without further ado, I will get into group 1. Okay, so group 1, you chose the tree agate. So I chose both piles. I chose stones that I thought kind of connected with this idea of like a family and like finding your roots. So like tree agate, kind of connecting with your roots, connecting with those that make you feel grounded, and stable in your reality. So the card I have here is the kind of animal spirit that best represents you and who you are and your kind of energy that you bring in relationships. So this is not necessarily like your spirit animal. I mean, it could be, but I don't really want to like make that claim because, your spirit animal could be anything, and I don't want to assume that everyone who's watching this video is going to have the same spirit animal. So I'm not going to make that claim, but this is the animal spirit that kind of most represents your vibe at the current time in terms of what you bring to the table with your relationships. Okay? So, we have the cobra. Okay. Very interesting, very interesting. So I am gonna, for some of these I will be reading out of the guidebook just because I'm not, I don't have the meanings of these cards completely memorized. Some of them I might just kind of go off of intuition, but hopefully you won't mind if I read a little bit. So we'll look at the cobra. Okay. Cobra, pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When in balance, a student of life, humble, wise. When out of balance, know-it-all, egocentric. To bring into balance, taking a class or study. Okay, cool. So you guys, at this current moment in your life, you really have a lot to kind of bring to the table in terms of teaching people and in terms of providing people with some kind of knowledge or wisdom that you have. It seems like you feel like you have, I feel like you know that you have a lot to offer in terms of just things that you've learned. Like you kind of feel like you've mastered something, whatever that is. It could be some kind of physical activity or practice or art creative thing, or it could be some spiritual practice, but whatever it is, something you kind of feel like you've become a bit of a master of, and it's like now you feel like you have something to offer in terms of teaching or guiding someone else. Like you might feel like with the people in your life you want to kind of guide them and help them along their their way because you have figured things out that you feel like, can help people who don't maybe know as much as you know at the current moment. So I do feel like you're very perceptive and you're very wise, and you have a lot to teach people in your relationships. So I'm going to draw a few cards to represent the relationships in your life that kind of are not really fulfilling you that much right now. So we'll just draw a couple of cards, maybe 2 or 3. Okay. So we have moth and lion. Okay. So some of you might be dealing with a Leo in your life, with the lion card. So let's see here. So with the cobra, with the lion, both of these animals are kind of dominant, I guess, in terms of kind of the food chain, like in the animal kingdom, like the cobra. The cobra is pretty dominant in terms of its energy, and so is the lion, right? The lion is very powerful. So these are both very powerful kind of energies here. So there could be some conflict with someone in your life, or it could be multiple people, where they might have a lot of confidence or pride about something that maybe kind of conflicts with your sense of like what that you're good at, because you are kind of like a master at something, like I was saying, and whatever that is, it's maybe like you feel like other people aren't really recognizing that, or they are also very like prideful about their own things that they can do, but there could be kind of a bit of pressure or conflict because they maybe aren't really, they're not in the energy of like really wanting someone to kind of teach them or show them, because you feel like you want to be able to tell people what you've learned and like share the skills that you have mastered, right? But this lion energy kind of isn't really wanting that, right? This lion energy is not really wanting to be in a space of like learning and kind of appreciating the excellence of someone else, because the lion is very much just kind of like owning their own. Just had some hawks fly over me just now. But the lion is kind of like very much about owning their own power and their own dominance. And so they might be kind of too focused on that. And that's not a bad thing. It's not to say that that's, it's bad to be prideful. I definitely don't think that. But I just feel like there could be a bit of a personality kind of conflict here. And then with the moth card, I'm going to read the moth description. Okay. Moth, impulsive, hasty, wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. When in balance, enthusiastic, whimsical. When out of balance, idealizes others, jittery, to bring into balance, finish a project. Okay. So with this moth energy, you could be dealing with someone or multiple people perhaps that kind of are looking for the easy way out when it comes to things. Like you have something that you really want to share, right? Like you really have some kind of advice that you want to give, or just a skill maybe that you want to share, something that you've mastered recently. But I feel like the people in your life, they're not really, interested in that with this moth energy. They're more interested in, like what's the next thing that they can do that's just easy and fun, and like the next, shiny thing that they can acquire. Because I feel like you have a lot of energy or like knowledge about kind of more serious things, I want to say. Like it seems like you have a lot of kind of more deep insights to give people, but the moth is kind of a bit too preoccupied with finding the light, whereas you see more value kind of in the darkness and the darker aspects of life. So you could be kind of into some things that other people might think of as being dark or strange in some way. It could just be that you're just a really deep person and you're really into philosophy and things like that. Or it could be that you're just kind of like fascinated by things that scare other people. Maybe you're really, into like scary movies and things, or you're just really like fascinated by kind of the deeper aspects of life. And, maybe you're someone who's very creative and you like to create from this very like deep place within you. So I feel like you kind of go against like the mainstream in a way. Like you see through, like with this cobra, it's like kind of a piercing gaze. Like you kind of see through the facade that everyone else kind of puts up. And so you kind of see through kind of the mainstream trends of what is popular, and you find, deeper kind of alternative things that you're interested in. But with this moth card, it seems like some of the people in your life are just a little bit too interested in kind of these more easier, lighter things. Like they might not really want your kind of seriousness that you bring to the table a lot of times. And being serious is not a bad thing by any means. But some people, they might not really be seeing the value in that, because they kind of just want to, have fun. It's like they're not really committed to anything, is what I'm getting. Like there's these people in your life that aren't really committed to anything, and it's kind of conflicting with what you want, because you do want to be committed to things. You want to like master something. Like you have this energy of like, you find a skill or something that you want to learn, and you practice it and you master it. Like you're very kind of careful and meticulous almost. Like you're very driven. I feel like you're very tenacious with with wanting to accomplish things and master things. And so you really have this like ambitious drive, I feel like, and you kind of have these conflicting energies where, there's some people in your life who also kind of are ambitious and confident and, do have this power, but they're not really there to kind of support you with that. Like they're kind of just focused on, being a leader in their own life, and that's not a bad thing by any means, but they're not really giving you the support that you want with your ambition. Whereas some other people in your life, they really don't have that same kind of drive and ambition and desire to kind of master things and kind of see the deeper side of things. They're kind of a little bit just more, focused on the easy, the lighthearted kind of aspects of life. And there's nothing wrong with that. And for sure, I think you can definitely learn a lot from these people, especially if you're someone who does tend to be more serious. I know that I can definitely fall into that trap a lot of times. So sometimes you need to learn from the moth kind of personality and just kind of allow yourself to go for the easier things and the more lighthearted things. And so I do feel like these people in your life might be able to still offer you some, some value to your life. And with this lion, you can definitely utilize this energy to, kind of be inspired by this person, and like see how this person is making it work by, owning their own power and their own excellence. And, I do feel like you could reach a place where you can kind of mutually, support each other, but I don't feel like that this person is really going to be the immediate support that you need, you can both kind of respect each other, I guess is a better way, but it's kind of like a respect from a bit of a distance, because I don't feel like this person really has the energy that you need to kind of really lift you up and support you, because they're not in that space of wanting to hear your excellence and your wisdom. They're in the space of wanting other people to, kind of follow their lead, because this is a leader personality here. And I feel like you also kind of have a bit of a leader personality with this cobra, but this is more of like a quiet leader, the lion is kind of a loud leader. I feel like you're a bit of a quiet leader, you have a lot to offer people, but, they need to be willing to kind of be comfortable in the quiet with you. I feel like you might be someone who's a bit introverted and you don't, you're not really that, outward about your feelings and your thoughts. You tend to kind of keep it inside and be a bit reserved. And, you need people that are kind of interested in that and that kind of want to get to know you on that deeper level, who can have the patience to kind of, sit with you in silence and wait for the right moment to open up, because I think it's hard for you when you're around these kind of more extroverted types, because, you need someone who really give you patience and to really want to get to know you and really show you that interest. And I feel like these energies are not really giving you that right now. So I'm going to draw a couple of cards to see some of the people in your life that, potentially are fulfilling you in some way, or could, fulfill you more. Maybe this is someone that you've just barely met and you don't know that well, but that could really kind of could turn into something that's very supportive and fulfilling. So let's draw a couple of cards for that. Okay. Said a couple and that was a lot, so let's do 2, 3 at the most, okay? Okay. We'll do these 3. Okay. Okay, so these are the people, again, in your life that you could currently use as kind of a resource to help you, people who do more vibe with you, who could potentially be part of the soul family that you're looking for, okay? So we have the owl, the black egg, and the bear. Okay. Okay, I'm going to read the black egg description because I don't quite remember what that one is. Okay. So the black egg. So this is one of the chakra cards, I think. I think this is the throat chakra. Okay. So black egg, speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in, books draw us in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? What is true about the world? The energy of the black egg is not yet accessed. We speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat. Stories justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It is the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. Okay, so yeah, this relates to the throat chakra. So, hold up. So, there is someone in your life or some force in your life. Oh shit. Hold up. Okay, just had a tarot card fly off the table. It was the World card, so that's interesting. But okay, let me try to pin this down with the crystal so that it won't fall away. Okay. So there is a force in your life that is really pushing you to speak, right? So this could be some, particular person in your life, or it could be a group of people, or some kind of activity you're engaging in, or just some kind of force in your life that is currently kind of encouraging you very strongly to speak your truth and to come into alignment with your authenticity, okay? So that force or those forces could, be some of these energies as well. So we have the owl and the bear. So the owl, so there's someone in your life who has a lot of wisdom, similar to kind of your energy, right? The cobra and the owl are both very wise kind of creatures. So there's someone in your life that does have some wisdom, but it's like a wisdom in a different area maybe than what you have. So it's something that you can kind of learn from as well. I feel like you can kind of learn from each other. So I do feel like there's someone in your life that is complementary to you in a way where you might have more kind of knowledge or skills about something, and then they have kind of like this complementary kind of view towards it. So I'm not exactly sure what those specific things might be. You'll have to like kind of figure out for yourself. But I do feel like there is a very beneficial kind of exchange that can happen here, where this person might have a bit more, since they're the owl, and owls are kind of, they're birds of flight. They fly in the air, right? And then the cobra is on the ground, right? So I feel like you have a lot of knowledge about something that is very, very grounded, right? You have something to offer that is very much grounded and connected to your body or to the earth, whereas this person might have something to offer that's a bit more connected to the element of air in some way. So, thoughts and ideas. So, maybe there's someone that you can kind of like share some deep thoughts with, or some interesting ideas with. But, whereas they're just kind of in it for the philosophy of it, you can kind of make it really, really grounded, right? So I feel like you can kind of complement each other in that way, where you both have a lot of wisdom, but it's like they're kind of coming from the top up, and you're coming, or the top down, and you're coming from the bottom up, right? So it's like you're coming from the lived experience of having gone through things, and like what that has taught you. Trial and error. You learn a lot from trial and error, from failure, and like just having to kind of go through the very real difficulties of life. And that's kind of what has given you, that struggle is what's kind of given you your knowledge and your wisdom that you have to offer. Whereas this person seems like they might have had a more positive experience in life, where they have accessed, or maybe they just kind of tend to access this more, the knowledge and the gifts that they have from a more like, I don't want to say higher, but like just a more like, I guess, objective, like kind of place, whereas you are kind of very much grounded in your subjective reality. They are someone who can kind of like, fly above it and see life from kind of a more objective point of view. So I feel like you can kind of complement each other out in that way. So we have this bear energy also. So this bear energy, so this could be someone who it moves a bit slowly in your life. So someone who maybe they're, it could be very literal, like they're not quite that physically active, but it could just be like someone who you feel like you can kind of slow down with. Because again, with the cobra, it's like the cobra has a lot of moments of just kind of stillness and like waiting, right? And I feel like this person with the bear energy, they kind of tend to do things in kind of a more slowed down kind of matter. So they also are someone who can kind of help ground you, because they kind of just take things one step at a time, right? And this person is kind of in the process of awakening as well, because the bear can represent kind of that awakening from slumber, right? And so you could be someone who is actually kind of helping to kind of guide this person and, teach them some of the things that you have learned, because they are kind of, in the process of learning. The bear is kind of in the process of awakening and learning new things. So these things that you have learned, these skills that you have mastered, I feel like you with this bear energy, this person, you have the ability to kind of help them to kind of master it. And they're kind of helping you to slow down a little bit and to kind of, revel in those moments of stillness. And you can kind of help each other to stay kind of really grounded in the present moment here with that. So, and both of these, like I said, again, both of these people, as well as possibly some other influence in your life, are really kind of forcing you into this authenticity of having to speak your truth, right? Because maybe you get into some, conflicting arguments sometimes with this owl energy, where, they might have an idea that's slightly different than yours, or they have some kind of, thought that isn't really that grounded or practical. And so it's kind of, forcing you to speak your truth and talk about your experiences and make that more practical, so that you can kind of reach a deeper understanding with this person. And also kind of forcing you to, with this bear energy, kind of slow down and like dissect a little bit more the things that you have learned and the things that you have experienced, kind of like break it down slower, you know. It's like instead of trying to like get it all out too fast, it's like this person is kind of pushing you to be able to understand it on a deeper level by being able to break it down into its most basic components, you know, whatever this this thing that you've gone through, this experience you've gone through is, where you learned something from it. It's like this person is pushing you to like, okay, break it down, like what happened here every step of the way, like how can I break this down into kind of its more simple components. Okay, so now I'm going to draw a few more cards for people in your soul family that you have yet to line up with. Okay. So we'll do 3 cards for this. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Okay, so for the soul family you have yet to line up with, we have the cosmic egg, the peacock, and the nightingale. Awesome. Okay, so with this peacock energy, this is someone who is really going to call you into your authenticity, because I feel like you can kind of hold yourself back a lot with this cobra energy. It's like you're very careful, you're very cautious. You can kind of hold back and wait sometimes when maybe a little bit too much, right? So this peacock energy is someone that you're going to come into contact with who is really going to kind of push you to be a little bit more open, I feel like, and just a little bit more like kind of like flaunting of your differences and flaunting of your truth, instead of keeping it all kind of contained inside. This person is going to make you feel like it's okay to just kind of let it out and let the whole world see it, right? Because peacocks are very very flamboyant. They have it all, they show it all of their colors, right? And so this person is really going to kind of teach you how to get into that space where you can kind of just be open and flaunt all of your different colors and your differences, and be a bit more comfortable in that, so you don't have to feel so reserved and so contained, right? And the nightingale, again, so a lot of throat chakra energy here. The nightingale is all about, this singing and using your voice, right? So this person is really going to help you, again, to be able to use your voice, right? So this could be like also someone with a musical ability, right? So maybe some of you are musicians, or some of you have some kind of creative or artistic thing that you do, and maybe you're looking for someone else to kind of connect or collaborate with. I feel like this nightingale energy is going to come your way and be able to help bring you those physical kind of skills or things that you're looking for, so it could be someone to kind of engage in those activities with you of musical things, or some kind of creative activity that you might do together with this nightingale energy. And then the cosmic egg, I'm pretty sure, relates to the crown chakra. I just want to double check that real quick. Yeah, crown chakra. So this is about completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. Okay. Yes. So this energy, right? This person that you are looking for is someone who is going to make you feel comfortable in, oh, look at this. Also, like, there's a kind of a serpent here, and then you are this kind of serpent-like energy, right? So this person is going to make you feel really comfortable in your true nature and make you feel really at home with yourself, right? This is going to be a like-minded person who is really just going to kind of bring you into your highest self, where you can simultaneously be someone who has, wisdom and knowledge and who has mastered skills, and you're someone who is constantly learning and constantly exploring more things, right? Because the crown chakra is all about a relationship to kind of the universe and the unknown, and it's all about that kind of never-ending journey. And so this person is really going to kind of give you that support that you need, where they can kind of be with you as you go through this journey and like really understand you on a deep level and kind of bring you into that highest alignment with your true nature that you're looking for, right? And this nightingale, I do want to also look at that description a little bit. Okay, nightingale, fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. The simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is within us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. When in balance, speaks freely with kindness. When out of balance, shy, lump in throat, to bring into balance music. So yeah, so this person might be kind of on the outside, like they might not seem, they might be kind of a plain Jane on the outside, but when you get to know this person, like you're gonna find out that they have so much to give in terms of speaking and kind of speaking the truth, again with this black egg, this throat chakra energy, right? So this could be someone who is very like poetic or very musical, right? And they are kind of helping you, giving you that energy to kind of help you to, speak your own truth. And maybe you, maybe you are someone who kind of is creative with some of these things as well, but you kind of have been looking for someone else that you can kind of relate to, and someone else who can, help you to use your voice and help you to feel validated in speaking your truth. And I feel like that person is definitely going to come to you and kind of, be someone that you can like sing with, like sing loudly in the car with, that kind of thing, like someone that you can just speak open and honestly with, right? And again, with this other person, or it could be the same person or, multiple people, but someone who's going to really help you to be more expressive, more outwardly expressive with what's on the inside with you, And then again, with the cosmic egg, someone who's really going to bring you into alignment with your highest version of yourself, who's going to make you feel at home, make you feel like it's okay to not know everything at the same time as, validating what you do know. So, what can we do to line up with these people, right? That's what we want to know. The Magician, okay. So, the Magician, right? The Magician is all about using your power to manifest, right? So what you need to do to line up with this person or these people is to, keep becoming a master at the things that you are, trying to become a master at. Keep owning your own power, your own energy, and really be intentional with your focus, okay? Really intentional with your focus. So whenever you maybe are going through something where you're having a bit of a hard time, staying positive, it's all about, in the middle of this time, in the middle of your dark moments, where are you putting your focus, right? And that's not to say that you need to, put your focus on something in order to get away from your emotions, but are you being intentional? If you're going to sit with yourself in your darkness, in your pain or in your sadness or in whatever emotions, if you're going to do that, be intentional with it, right? If you're gonna let yourself cry, then consciously let yourself cry. If you're gonna let yourself veg out and watch TV, then consciously do it. This is all about bringing conscious choice into whatever you are doing, okay? And the more that you can bring conscious choice into whatever you are doing and be really intentional about it, the more you will find that you can kind of put your focus anywhere. And that's how you're going to be able to manifest these people, is because you're going to be putting your focus. You're going to learn through this kind of trial and error of, where do I want to put my focus? Let me see what happens if I put it here, and let me see what happens if I put it here. You're going to gain a lot more confidence in your ability to manifest, and you're going to learn that if you put your focus on these things that you want, of these people who are going to help bring you into your authenticity and your highest alignment, you're going to learn that that you can, manifest these things very easily just by placing your focus on the things that are already kind of in line with this energy, right? So placing your focus on the things that make you feel like you can just sing and just let it out, or putting your focus on the things that make you feel like you can just express yourself and just flaunt all of your weirdness, putting your focus on the things that make you feel like you are kind of safe and secure to keep learning and to also be able to give what you know. So put your focus on the things that kind of are already in alignment with these energies, and you'll find that you can, bring them to greater fruition in your life. Okay? I'm going to draw one of these cards just to see if there's any further information we can get. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we have home. Look at this. It's the picture. Home. And we have natural wonder. Okay. Cool. So, home. This is so awesome because this theme is about family, right? About finding home. Okay. So with this magician energy and this energy of focus, put your focus on the things that make you feel like home, right? Put your focus on the things that make you feel at home, the things that kind of give you comfort, that bring you back to your roots, right? So this could be listening to some kind of music, again with this nightingale, listening to music that reminds you of home or brings you back to your roots, music that reminds you of good, positive memories of your childhood, or, just times when you have felt the sense of home, the sense of family, whenever that was, whether that was with your birth family or with someone else. When have you felt the most at home, right? And that's what you really want to focus on. Kind of look at those moments when you felt the most at home and break it down. What were those elements that led to that feeling? Was it the people you were with? Was it the things that you were doing? Was it the environment you were in? Pay attention to those things that made you feel at home. And if you can pinpoint what those factors are, then you will know where to put your focus and put your energy so that you can bring those things into your life now, right? And with natural wonder, right, this is awesome. So this is, there's definitely a need to connect to nature, right? So the more that you can connect to nature and kind of explore. So some of you, you might want to like take a camping trip or, take a hike somewhere that you haven't been before. Really kind of this energy of exploring nature, I feel like will help you to get some insight and, find people that you can connect with. So maybe there's someone in your life that you feel like you want to, go on a hike with or something that will, maybe help deepen your connection with them. I feel like you might meet someone possibly on a trip or an outing that has to do with nature somewhere. So, whatever this is, if you're being called out to some natural wonder somewhere, then this is a sign to definitely take that and go and explore something in the natural world. And that's really going to help you kind of feel grounded, feel connected to your roots so that you can, again, kind of focus on these energies that you're looking for. Okay. So I'm going to draw one of these frequency cards to see what frequency you need to kind of align with, again, in order to manifest these people in your life that you're looking for, okay? Okay, so we have synchronicity, which actually came out reversed. So I'm going to read a description for that. Okay, synchronicity. If you have drawn this card, if you're drawn this card in reverse, there is a disagreement within you between what you actually want and what you think you want. What are you telling yourself that you want? Can you see that these things might not actually be what you want and that you might want something else entirely? Okay, cool. So I'm going to read a little bit of the upright description. It says you can be sure that divine forces are at play in your circumstance. There is a particularly meaningful relationship between the things you are lining up with at this time. You are a creator, and at this time, your focus and energy is bringing forth that which you require into physical manifestation. Be conscious of what your thoughts are thinking. The time between the thought and its physical appearance will be quick. Get clear about what you desire in your life. All forces in the universe are working with you to bring your desires to fruition. Okay, so again, like the Magician card, right? This is about being clear about what you want. Okay? Being clear about what you want and noticing the synchronicities in your life. Okay, so really pay attention to the signs and symbols and synchronicities that you are getting in your life, okay? Because the universe is sending you messages about what you need to line up with. But the more that you can pay attention to those, right? So like if you, for instance, see a synchronicity like you see 1111 or you see some repeating number a lot, pay attention in those moments. What thoughts am I thinking right now, right? Because that's going to give you the insight into, oh, okay, is this thought that I'm thinking something I actually want to manifest? And is my focus going in the right direction here, right? So make sure that your focus is going in the right direction and pay attention to the signs, because the signs are going to point you in the direction that you need to go, okay? So really pay attention to the signs here, okay? And you will find these people who are going to really make you feel completely accepted and really push you into this super authentic place and being able to use your voice, right? So, hope that helped you, group 1. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again sometime very soon. Bye. Okay, hello group 2. So you guys chose this fossil here. So I just tried to choose stones that kind of related to the root chakra and to this idea of kind of connecting with your roots, and I think a fossil is a good way to do that. You can kind of connect with ancestry as well, and when we're talking about soul family, even though we're not necessarily talking about lineage, you can still kind of relate that to this idea of soul lineage, right? So I wanted to use this little guy for that. Okay, so group 2, the energy that most represents you. And so this, again, like what I said in group 1, this is not necessarily your spirit animal. Okay, this is just the energy that most represents you at this time with regards to what you have to give in your relationships. Okay, so this might not be like, your spirit animal, so to speak, because there's a lot of people watching, and this is not that reading, but this is the animal that most represents your energy at the specific time with regards to what you have to give in relationships. Okay, so you have the Panther. That is awesome. Okay, I will be reading from the book for some of these cards just because I have not really memorized all of their meanings, but for the Panther, okay, Panther, annihilation of the unnecessary, purging. The Panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. Instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc, with the ultimate intention of bringing us towards more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating, but after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. When in balance, brave, productive. When out of balance, self-destructive. To bring into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. Okay, so you, right now at this point in your life, you have a lot, of energy. You have a lot of drive to really kind of clear things out and, clear out with the old things that aren't working, the old relationships that aren't fulfilling you. You really don't really have the patience at this time, right, to kind of put up with people who are not on the same path as you, to kind of put up with people who are holding you back in some way. Like, you're really looking for other people to have this kind of drive and passion and this ambition that you have, right? So you're really looking for other people to kind of help you jumpstart your growth, right? So, and I feel like you definitely can do this with other people too. Like, you can really push people and help them to jumpstart their growth as well. So we're going to draw a couple of cards to see some of the current influences in your life that are maybe holding you back or just not really feeling that fulfilling. And again, I'm not implying that these are relationships that you need to cut out of your life by any means, but maybe relationships that you can kind of repurpose in your life and, have a maybe slightly different relationship with them. Okay? So, these are the same cards that we got in the last group. Okay, well, whatever, I guess. We had both of these cards come out in the last group, but they were for different piles in terms of the people that we're looking at. So you have the Cobra, and you have the Cosmic Egg. Okay. This is funny because the last group, the main card that they had was the Cobra. So that's interesting there. So there may be someone in your life who it is kind of funny because these are almost contrasting energies. I'm interested if, I don't know if anyone chose both groups, but that's interesting if you did, because these are kind of contrasting energies. So if you chose both groups, you might be having a big kind of internal conflict going on with yourself. But for those of you who chose group 2 and chose group 2 only, the kind of energy of the individuals who chose group 1 is kind of exactly what you are a little bit fed up with at the moment, which is this energy of kind of waiting, right? Cobras kind of have this waiting energy, this very patient kind of energy. But you're kind of like, no, like, fuck that. Like, we're going for it, right? Like, I don't want to kind of be patient and sit around and wait anymore. Like, I really want to kind of move forward, very aggressively with my life. And I don't, there's these people who maybe are more just kind of like waiting for the right moment, and you don't really have that patience, right? So these people are kind of frustrating you a little bit. Okay. And then with the cosmic egg, this relates to the crown chakra. All right. So maybe there's some people in your life who seem to be very, they could be more spiritual people, but they're people who just are very, like, seem to be very at peace. Like, they kind of seem like they've kind of reached a state where they're just kind of comfortable and at peace and have this kind of way of living life that's very much, not really worried about the future, and there's a lot of definitely positive energy that you can get from this card. From this crown chakra energy of kind of just like being in tune with things and, feeling secure within your place in the universe. But I feel like for you, group 2, some of this energy from these people in your life that just kind of seem like they're very at peace, they're very kind of calm and collected with their place within the universe. And some of them are just kind of very patient and like waiting for the right time. These people might be frustrating you a little bit because you just kind of want to like go. Like, you don't really have, you're not really in this energy of like, oh, it's just, everything is just fine. Everything is love and light. Everything is, let's just be in the moment. Let's just be in the moment and enjoy this and feel this, this transcendental peace. You're kind of like, no, fuck that. Like, let's go. I want to go. I want to do something. I want to get something done. I want to make something of myself. Like, you have all this ambition and you want to like, you want to clear stuff out and start new. And so you're kind of fed up a little bit with some of these people that maybe seem to you to be a little bit too comfortable in the way things are, or just a little bit like stagnant to you. It feels like you really, oh crap, hang on. Okay, sorry, I got cards flying all over the place because it's very windy here. What was I saying? Yeah, so to you it feels like this energy is stagnant because you really want to move forward. Like, you want something exciting, something thrilling, right? That's kind of your energy right now, and you don't feel like the current people or influences in your life are giving that to you, right? However, I do feel like there is something that you can kind of learn from these people, right? Like, you can learn to wait for the right timing, that is a good skill to have, and you can learn the moments when you need to kind of just be still and appreciate what is, and be in the moment and just kind of be at peace with things. These are energies that you can very well learn from and utilize in the moments when you feel like you need that, when you feel like you maybe are a little bit too caught up in this and you need some time to just kind of chill and like sit back a little bit. I do feel like these people can benefit you in that way. However, they're not exactly what you're looking for right now. And so that is causing you some frustration, right? So you might need to kind of just like change your expectations when you're with these people, to not expect them to have that same kind of fiery passion that you have. And instead understand that when you're with them, that it's going to be, that it's going to be this more kind of peace, calming kind of energy. And, I do feel like these people have a lot to teach you. Like, they are very wise. They have a lot of wisdom and knowledge that you can learn from. But for you, it's like, it's not enough for you to just have these ideals or this knowledge. Like, you need to put it into practice. You need something physical to teach you. Like, you really learn from doing, I feel like, more than just from someone telling you something, and you really need that experience. Like, I feel like you've been missing out on the kind of physical aspect of your life, where you feel like you haven't really gotten to physically experience that much and like go through the physical ups and downs. And it's kind of like you're fed up with this energy of just like learning on a mental kind of level, and you really want to just experience life and just live life and just kind of fuck shit up and just make mistakes. Like, you just have this very fiery energy where you just kind of want to break through everything, and you don't really care so much about this wisdom, because you just want to, you just want to feel fulfilled. You want to live your life, and having wisdom about being in the present moment and all that, like, it can really benefit you, but it's not really like giving you the experience that you want right now. So I'm going to draw some cards for forces in your life that could be something that you can utilize, that current people or forces in your life that you have right now, that is something that you are wanting, that you're looking for, that could be the soul family kind of material. Okay, so we have the shark and we have the golden egg. Okay, so I'm pretty sure the golden egg relates to the heart chakra. Yes. Okay, yeah, so golden egg. Deep within the golden egg lives a precious sound. Within that sound resides a message. The sound cannot be heard, nor the message discerned, until we retreat from the noise of modern-day life. The magical essence of the golden egg needs warmth, quiet, and time to unfold. No rushing, pushing, or grasping. Finding a place of deep or restful ease, perhaps through yoga or meditation. Okay, take some time for introspection or contemplation. When the mind begins to settle and the breath is calm, ask the question that weighs heaviest on your heart, staying open to any response you hear. Engaging with the energy of the golden egg is an advanced practice. It requires becoming intimate with our very essence and comfortable with vulnerability. When a feeling of tenderness or gratitude arises from deep within you, know that you are well on your way. Okay. Chest will swell like you're seeing an old friend that's been away for a long, long time. Listen to the message they've been waiting to tell you. Okay. So interesting that this is something in your life right now that you are looking for, because it does kind of seem kind of like this energy again of this kind of quiet, or like, this need to kind of be at peace. But again, I do feel like you can have a need for that, and that can be complementary to you, right? You just need kind of the permission to be able to take what you learn in this intimate kind of vulnerable space of quiet and peace, and be able to take that and still be allowed to be present and engaged and within your physical life, right? So this energy could very well be what you need to kind of extract from these energies, right? From the cobra and the cosmic egg. So bringing the cosmic energy of the crown chakra down into the heart, right? So this kind of like, wisdom about the universe, or about, being present and just enjoying the moment. It's like, how can you bring that into your emotions? How can you bring that into your soul and what your soul wants, which is not always to sit in quiet and, be contemplative. Your soul might very well want adventure and excitement, right? But how can you bring that knowledge that these people and these forces in your life have given you and bring that into your heart space, into what you actually are desiring, right? And so another force in your life that you can utilize is this shark energy. So this could be someone in your life who, also is a bit more like you in that they have a bit more drive, I guess, a bit more need for the physical. I'm gonna read a little bit of the shark here. Okay. Shark, directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when the shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When in balance, intriguing, captivating, mysterious. When out of balance, sneaky, destructive. To bring into balance, honesty. Okay. So what I'm kind of getting from this message is that although you are in this kind of panther energy of like just wanting kind of this thrill and excitement and wanting, to move forward and bring this like, kind of destructive almost energy into your life, I feel like deep down you also have a desire for this kind of peace and contentment, which is why you are a match to these people in your life and why they're kind of triggering you, because you do have that kind of desire. However, you feel like you can't have those things and still be like present in your life and still, still have these physical experiences. You feel like in order to, reach any kind of state of peace, you have to give up on all excitement in your life, or, your life is going to be boring. Like there's some kind of perception of that. Like if I just kind of go along with what these people want, of just like, being present and just waiting for the right moment and just, not really physically engaging with the world that much. Like if I go along with that, then my life will be boring, And so I think that there is a perception of that you kind of need to break through with, because you can very much still have this kind of stillness and wonder and awe for life, this kind of peace of mind that you're looking for, and your life can still be exciting, and you can still move forward with a vengeance and with the passion and with the ferocity, right? And this shark energy can show you that. The shark energy is about revealing what is hidden. Okay, so reveal what is hidden within you. Okay, so whatever you feel like, I feel like this energy that you have of just like wanting, this kind of intensity that you have, is because you feel like there's something that you can't really get, or something about you that other people won't be able to accept. And so the shark energy is saying to, bring that forward, to become aware of that. And I feel like there's someone in your life who can help you do that. Like there's someone in your life who is kind of willing to swim in the depths with you. There's someone in your life who is willing to kind of go there with you, and that you can really be completely honest and vulnerable with, and that you can also still very much like be have some thrills with, like I feel like you really kind of want this like excitement, right? And sharks can be very exciting. They can bring a lot of drama, I want to say, not that like in a bad way, but I'm just thinking about all of the movies in which sharks are the main like drama point, like, oh, there's a shark in the water, like, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but like more as so as like you can allow yourself with this person to kind of have those ups and downs, you know, like you want to be able to kind of like ride the roller coaster of life, while still, you know, deep inside you feeling connected to your essence. Like it's not necessarily about having some like transcendent state of peace that you're in all the time, but it's about feeling connected to your true essence, feeling connected to your heart, right, and to who you actually are. And I feel like this person can kind of help you do that, where you can still have this excitement with them. You can still go on adventures with them and, you know, do exciting things, but they bring you back to who you actually are, right? So there's someone in your life that kind of might trigger you to kind of look deeper at things, right? And that's this kind of person that you can really utilize for bringing you into this alignment with who you actually are. So whoever that is for you, you know, make sure that you are using that person and resourcing them, right? And whoever is kind of reminding you of your true actual essence in your life, your, you know, your real soul desires, and who can kind of accept that you are kind of this interesting dichotomy, or this interesting paradox of wanting excitement and wanting peace. You know, it's like you can have both, and the key is to bring that into your heart and to be connected with who you actually are and what you actually want. That's the key to kind of integrating these seemingly opposite energies of like peace and excitement. Okay, so now I'm going to draw a few cards for the soul family in your life that you have yet to line up with. Okay. So these are people in your life that you are meant to find, but that you have not found quite yet. Okay. Okay. Do one more. Okay. Okay, so we have a unicorn, starfish, and fish. We got a lot of sea creatures in this, with the shark too. So I feel like you are going to find people who can really like kind of you can connect with more emotionally, because the sea, you know, relates to water, which is emotions, and people who can kind of go deep with you and really just kind of accept you for the totality of who you are, right? Because if we think of the ocean, it's very vast, and you can't pin down the ocean. Like, you can't really describe the ocean in one word. It's so many different things, right? And I feel like with all of these sea creatures that I'm seeing here, you're going to find people that are going to accept that about you, and that are going to understand your fluid nature and the fact that you're not always going to be the same thing. You're going to be constantly dynamic and constantly changing, right? And the unicorn relates to the third eye, right? So we have the crown chakra, the heart, and now we have the third eye. So we have 3 chakra cards here, which is really intense. But you're going to find people who are going to help you kind of reconnect with your sense of wonder, like this kind of fantasy element. Like unicorns are kind of this fantastical creature, right? So this kind of almost like childlike sense of wonder, of magic and mysticism, right? Remember when you were a kid and you used to get all excited about like Santa Claus and magic, and it was very like mystical and whimsical, right? This kind of sense of whimsy that maybe you feel like you've lost, and that's why you're kind of looking for this excitement, because you want to feel that kind of excitement about the kind of whimsical nature of the world. So you're going to find someone who's going to kind of bring you back into alignment with that, who's going to help you really be in alignment with this sense of whimsy and wonder, right? It's going to make you kind of bring you back to your childhood and the things that you liked to do during that time. And then with this starfish energy, I do want to read the description for that one. Starfish, beautiful, alluring, superficial, or shallow. Starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? When in balance, uplifting, artistic, expressive. When out of balance, gossips feels empty. To bring into balance, positive friends. Okay. So you might line up with someone who is, hold up. Who maybe is a bit preoccupied with with how they come across to other people, with this starfish energy. However, these people are going to kind of compliment you because they're going to be down for the kind of thrills that you're looking for, right? These are people who don't necessarily need to think or feel that deeply about what they're doing, but I actually feel like this is going to be complimentary for you because, you know, you have these influences in your life that, you know, maybe it's like you're kind of fed up with just this, you know, constantly just like thinking about things and like understanding, you know, like just kind of this stagnant energy that you feel like of, you know, yeah, that like there's wisdom in that and there's meaning in that, but it's like you're kind of tired of just finding meaning in things that that aren't really like, it's not fulfilling you because you're not like physically engaged in your life, you know? It's like I can find meaning in, you know, sitting alone in meditation, but that's not really physically engaging me. And I feel like this starfish person, they might not really be that connected to kind of the deeper meanings of what they're doing, but they're still very physically engaged and they're still very, you know, excited. And again, we'll bring you kind of back into this excitement energy, right? And I feel like you will help this person to kind of be able to be more honest and authentic as well, because you have this energy of, you know, wanting to kind of expose it all and uncover it all with this panther. Like you want to clear out what's, you know, clear out what's not true, right? And so you're going to definitely help this person to kind of come more into authenticity with who they actually are and the deeper truth about themselves, whereas they're going to help you to kind of come into more of this kind of lighthearted energy where you can kind of just like have fun and relax and you know do some fun, exciting things just for the hell of it, right? And then with this fish energy, this could be a Pisces coming into your life, who could kind of again help you to kind of connect deeper with your emotions and feel more accepted for your full self. I'm going to read that one too though. Hang on. Fish. Relentless, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's currents. Nothing pleases it more than movement, and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. When in balance, adaptable, travels well. When out of balance, distracted, changes mind often. To bring into balance, set a small goal and accomplish it. Right, so movement, right? So this is exactly what you're looking for because you have a lot, this energy of you want to move, right? You want someone who's going to move with you. And so this fish energy is definitely going to give you that, and they're going to be down to just kind of explore and move and like ride the currents of life with you, right? And I feel like you can help bring this person by giving them some sense of direction, because the panther is very intentional. Like the panther only pounces on what it wants to pounce on, you know? So this person, which might just be kind of floating along in the currents, while they are very active and very moving, and they can kind of bring you that sense of movement and kind of unpredictability almost in your life, that sense of variety of now we're going this way and now we're going this way, that kind of variety that you're looking for, you can help bring this person some sense of direction and intention with their life so that they can, make sure that they're swimming in the direction that they actually want to be going in. So I feel like you will balance each other out really, really well here, okay? So you're really going to be finding people who are going to kind of connect you back to your true essence. Again, people who are going to kind of bring you back into a sense of fun, of doing something just for the hell of it. It doesn't have to have some deeper meaning. And someone who's going to bring back this sense of childlike wonder and whimsy in you. And someone who's just going to be able to move with you and ride the currents with you, and that you can kind of bring some direction into their life as well. Okay, so I'm going to draw a tarot card to see what we can do to line up with this energy, with these energies here of what you're looking for. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about moving towards a goal, okay? So this is about setting a goal and taking the practical steps towards it. So you really want to, you have this very physical grounded energy. You really want to start making these physical grounded changes. And so the Knight of Pentacles is telling you to, do that, to just put your one foot in front of the other and, walk towards this goal that you have, okay? Whatever that is. This physical thing that you want to do, if there's something that you want to kind of start over with, because this Panther energy is very much about kind of clearing out the old and starting the new, whatever that is. Maybe it could be a new profession or new career job thing that you're doing, or a new project that you're doing, or just a new place even, you could be moving somewhere. But there's some idea that you've had that you just kind of want to go for. And so this is a sign that the more that you kind of go for it and you put the practical, physical, steps down, one foot in front of the other, the more you will line up with these people, right? Who are going to bring you this excitement and thrill for life that you're kind of looking for, right? So let's draw a couple of these cards to see if we can find any other messages. A couple of cards, please. Okay, so we have Stranger. So this could be a sign that you might need to connect with people that you have, that you don't know, you might want to connect with a stranger. Okay, so there might be some place where you go where you feel kind of called to connect with someone that you've never spoken to before, and this is a sign that you should definitely do that, okay? Because the people that you're looking for, you're not going to know them. You're going to start out being strangers until you're not. You might look at someone who is technically a stranger, but you feel like you know them. And if you get that kind of sense, then that's the sign that you should definitely talk to them. And then we have Brother. Okay, so there's definitely kind of a soulmate kind of friendship or brotherhood with someone. So this could be a masculine energy that you're lining up with that's going to very much feel like a soul family kind of brotherly energy to you. Okay, and this person is really going to kind of have kind of sort of a protective energy of you. They're going to be someone that you feel like you can depend upon, who's always going to be there, who can really kind of, balance you out and kind of help, practically, do the things that you want to do and kind of, really just be this very dependable source in your life, right? Who I feel like can also kind of line you up with abundance as well. This person might be wealthy or might have some tips on abundance for you to kind of help you along this path that you're going on towards this goal. Like, I feel like this person that you're lining up with is really going to kind of help you with that and be supportive to you in that way. Okay, so let's draw a frequency card to see what frequency you need to line up with, again, to meet this person or these, possibly multiple people that are going to bring you into this energy. Ooh. Okay. Have one card, please. Okay, the card we got was Inception, and it came out reversed, so I will read the description for that. Okay. If you've drawn this card in reverse, you are running away from vulnerability. You do not want to connect with your innocence, and so the idea that you must integrate and reparent your inner child does not appeal to you. You are looking for the answers in all the wrong places because you are unwilling to go back to where they really are. You don't like to admit to how bad you need your feelings to be validated and understood, but validation and understanding of your feelings is what you need. You will never really grow up until you begin to reparent yourself. It is time to do some inner child work. Okay. So very much the key to lining up with these people could be to, again, reconnect with that innocence, and that's what's going to line you up with this energy of this kind of childlike wonder that I was talking about, right? And that's going to kind of bring you back into this energy of like really owning your essence and who you really are, right? So it might be time to kind of, do some of that inner child work. Or if you don't really want to like think of it as like, work that you do things that would make your inner child happy. Like, it can just really be that simple. Like, it doesn't have to be some deep healing experience. It can be if you're called to that, and you want to go through a kind of transformative experience with that. But it can also just be, since you are someone who's looking for kind of just, exciting things to do, and you're looking for like this kind of physical action steps to take, do things that would make your inner child happy, do things that would bring you this sense of whimsy and wonder. Do things that, are fun just for the hell of it, that bring you a sense of excitement and thrill for life just for the hell of it. And, anything that your inner child self would really like to do. And that's going to be the key to finding these people who are also going to, enjoy those things and who are going to remind you of that sense of innocence and that sense of wonder, right? And because you've been kind of, fed up recently because you feel like you're not really getting anywhere, which is why you've come into this strong panther energy, right? And that's a very powerful energy, and it's very useful. However, you need to make sure that, while you are in this energy and you're moving forward and clearing things out, that you remember when the time is right to reconnect back to that sense of innocence and that sense of wonder, that kind of openness for life, right? Because you seem to be like you're very focused on, kind of getting rid of what you don't want. And you might have kind of lost focus on what it is that you actually do want. And so it might be kind of time to reconnect with that by kind of starting over. Again, the panther really wants to clear things out and start over. So pretend like you were born like yesterday, and like what would, you're experiencing life for the first time. What are things that you haven't done that you want to try out, kind of like experiment with life and really get back into that sense of wonder of, oh, I haven't tried this before. Or maybe you have tried something before, but maybe you want to try doing things as if you're doing it for the first time to kind of see if you can get any new experiences from them. Okay? So the more you can kind of, get into that energy of exploration and kind of working towards these goals that you have, but in a way where it's fulfilling to you and bringing you a sense of excitement and joy and wonder, the more you will line up with these people who are going to help further you on your evolution and who are going to kind of give you this fulfillment that you are looking for, that are going to bring you home to yourself, okay? So I hope this reading helped you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again very soon. Have a great week. Thank you.